Hello everyone, welcome to free classes for everyone. In this class, we'll learn about the lesson 1 of our past. Okay, this textbook is about history of class 6. In this lesson, we'll try to get the answers for what, where, how and when. What tells us about what kind of food the people used to eat in the past. What is the kind of clothes they used to wear? Which kind of houses they used to build to take shelter? What's the lifestyle of the people? What kind of games they used to play? Songs, music, what kind of entertainment they used to have? What kind of plays were they? What kind of stories they used to listen? All this will tell us about the lifestyle of the people, how they used to lead their life. Where? Here in the textbook they have mentioned about Narmada river. So we have to see where it is exactly located in the map. If you see the map on the right hand side, on the west side you can find the Narmada river. Okay. Why this was mentioned? More number of people used to live along the banks of this Narmada river for hundreds and thousands of years. Okay. The people used to be skilled gatherers. What is the meaning of gatherers? It means the people used to gather the food from the products like roots, fruits, whatever they will get from the plants, okay, trees in the forest. They used to gather the food and they used to eat them. It's not like they only used to eat the plant products. They even used to hunt some animals. Next. The next place mentioned in the lesson was Suleiman and Kirtar Hills to the northwest. If you see in the map, this is India, and to the northwest of India you can find the Kirtar range. You can follow my arrow pointing to know better. This is the Kirtar range and here you can find the Suleiman range. Okay, these are on the northwest of India. Okay, why these places are mentioned? These are the places where people started to grow crops for the first time. Like there are many places and these are among the places where first people started to grow their own crops. Like in the earlier slide I have discussed that people used to gather their food and they used to hunt some animals. But after a few years they started growing their own food. Okay, what are the crops they initially started growing? Wheat and barley. It was about 8,000 years ago. After that, they started domesticating animals. Okay, they started rearing the animals for their needs like sheep, goat and other cattle. They started living in villages. Earlier they used to live in forests, they used to gather the food. Later they slowly started constructing their houses and they start having some settlements where they can take shelter. Okay. Next places mentioned in the book are the Garo Hills to the northeast and the Vindhyas in central India. If you see the map on the left hand side, on the northeast you can find the Garo Hills. It's clearly mentioned here, see. Again the Garo Hills are divided into west, south, east, okay. The Garo Hills are located in the northeast of India and the Vindhyas are located in the central India. Why these places are mentioned? Because these are the places where the agriculture was developed. Okay, among the places, these are the other places where the agriculture was developed. And Vindhyas is the place where rice was first grown. Where it is on the north of Vindhyas, the places on the north of Vindhyas, the rice was first grown. Next they mentioned about Indus and they're told to locate as the tributaries of Indus. In this map, if you can see the main tributaries of Indus, Chenab, Jhelum, Ravi, Satluj and Beas. Okay. The banks, like all the tributaries and the banks of river Indus, they were flourished when 4,700 years ago. This river and the banks of the rivers which are the tributaries of Indus, they were very much flourished. Now, if you see here the Ganga river, it is in the northern part, Indo-Gangetic plain. Okay, it is in the northern part of India. It covers many states and then it comes and meets in the Bay of Bengal. Okay, 2500 years ago, cities were developed on the banks of Ganga and even the rivers which are tributaries of river Ganga. So, 2000, see, if you can see here the years number are decreasing, it means from the past we are coming to till date. Okay, 2500 years ago what happened? Cities were developed on the banks of river Ganga and even on the banks of the rivers which are tributaries to Ganga and along the sea coast. Okay, if you see here Patna, okay, this is in Bihar. Earlier it was known as the Magadha region, the area which is south of the Son river. Son is a tributary of river Ganga. On the right hand side you can see there is Son river which is a tributary of Ganga. Okay, the Magadha area along this river and south of this river flourished, and it was a very big empire at that time. Not just in this area, in many other regions also we can find the presence of Magadha. Okay, Magadha kingdom. So, now if you consider it now, it is under the state of Bihar. What are the names given to India? Okay, the two names, they are India and Bharat. The name India came from the river Indus. The other name is Sindhu. Sindhu is a Sanskrit word. Okay, Iranians and Greeks, they were familiar about this river Indus. They used to call it as Indos or Hindos. Okay, now let's see where is Iran and Greece. If you see the map on the right hand side, okay, on the west side of India you can see Iran. Okay, on the west of India you can find Iran. And if you see the map on the left hand side, here near to Turkey you can find Greece. Okay, this is Greece and this is Iran. The people from Iran and Greece, they were familiar about the river Indus. And they used to call the land east of river Indus as India. Okay, this is how the name came. Next, how the name Bharat was given. The people who live in the northwest are called as people of Bharat. It was mentioned about the people, it was mentioned in the Rig Veda. What is Rig Veda? It is one of the earliest compositions of India. Okay. Now, finding about the past. How we know more about the past? How we can know about the past? By searching details or reading the books which are very old. Okay, by reading them we can know the past of our country. What are those books known as? They are known as manuscripts. They are known as manuscripts because Manu means hand. They are handwritten, so they are known as manuscripts. Where they were written? They were generally written on the palm leaf or the bark of a particular tree used for these writings. That tree is birch tree and we can find this tree mostly in Himalayas. Okay, where else can we know more about the past? We can know about the past from the epics, poems, plays. Okay, generally they were in Sanskrit and few others were even in Prakrit and Tamil. We can even get some data from the inscriptions. What are inscriptions? They are hard, like they will be written on hard surface like stone or metals. Generally, why the inscriptions were used? When the kings used to send give some message to the people in general, like it has to reach more number of people, then they used to write in these inscriptions, or particular guidelines or the rules were also written in the inscriptions which the people have to follow. Next, even if the kings or the queens achieve something, okay, or they win in a battle or they achieve something, they were also written on the inscriptions. Few inscriptions, like why they were written on inscriptions, because they will be surviving for a long period of time as they are written on the hard material. For that reason, they used to write the achievements on the inscriptions. Okay. Next, archaeologists. What they used to do? The archaeologists explore and excavate. They try to find out everything. Okay. Right from the kind of food they use, the clothes they wear, they will be knowing or gathering information about them while digging and finding some materials. They may be of any metals, stones, or anything. Okay. But it's like everything will not be readily available with information. The archaeologists and the historians, they will be using these as the clues and they will be framing the story. They will be trying to read the past based on this. They even used to they used to explore about the bones of the birds and animals to know what kind of food was consumed in the past. Okay. They even used to search for the ornaments or the objects used or the like items which they will be using for their pastime, or in general what kind of objects were used, just to know about the lifestyle of the people. One past or many? Do we have a single past or we are having many? The past are different for different groups of people. It means that the past is not same for all. The kings and the queens may be having a different past, where the other section of the people, the merchants, may be having a different past, and the common people may be having a different past. As I have told you in the inscriptions, the acts or activities of the kings were there on the inscriptions, so we can get some idea about the past of the kings. Whereas the past of the people who are common may not be known much, because they were not written anywhere, they were not recorded anywhere. So based on the findings or the clues which the archaeologists get, they will try to know more about the past of the common people as well. Okay. Now, why they generally used to move? Like, as I have told you, from the first line to the last, the people were traveling from one place to another. There was growth. There was a lot of difference in their way of living, their way of gathering food, their way of collecting the food, and everything developed stage by stage. Why actually the people used to travel from one place to another? It is in the search of the food they used to travel from one place to another. And the main thing why they used to travel is to save themselves from the natural disasters. Like if there is any flood or any drought, in such conditions they have to move from one place to another. And sometimes people used to march in like armies to conquer the lands. And few section of the people, like the merchants, will be traveling from one place to another for their trade. The religious preachers will be traveling from one place to another, and they will be resting in some place. They will be giving instructions to the people. They will be advising the people, and they will move on again. Some people will be traveling who would like to have adventures, okay, who like to explore more things, who want to go to new places. They will be traveling for their spirit of doing adventures. They will be going. Okay, what will happen when people travel from one place to another place? Traditions are changed. Skills will be shared, like someone will be knowing how to make a particular thing. They will be sharing the knowledge with the people when they will be traveling. In that way, skills are exchanged. Music which is familiar to one place will be known to another place. When the people travel with them, they will be carrying their experiences. Cooking, etc. Most of the skills will be transferred when people will be traveling from one place to another. So, what all we have learned in this class, along with that, you have to learn the location of the places which are mentioned in this class. Thank you.